What's dudes? What's going on? It's your buddy Aaron here. Today, we're gonna be putting some super clean heads on this Billet block, dude. Nah, but for real, guys, this is like the official start of our forged motor build. So we got the block right there up on the engine stand, ready to go ahead and mount our heads. We got them back from Cylinder Head Depot. They did a really good job with cleaning the crap out of them. Oh, is that a tomato? They got a tomato. Oh, is that a tomato? My cats are looking at me like, what the fuck, dude? Stop yelling. What's up, dude? You got a tomato? It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, dudes, we finally get to open up the Tomei head gaskets. Let's get these things open and let's go ahead and start slapping our heads on. Yo! By the way, guys, if you guys think this is a pretty sweet shirt, head over to DoubleASupply.com. You can pick you one up and also support the build. Actually, you don't even have to do that. If you're broke because you spend too much money on your car like me, just smash that like button for me, guys. Alright, so my dumbass installed the cylinder block without even reading the directions, so I'm gonna have to take this off. Alright, guys, so to properly do this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off lubricating some of the head studs that we're gonna use. Alright guys, so we got all of our head studs placed exactly where they need to be, hand tight. Now what we can do is go ahead and lay down our Tomei gasket and then go ahead and put the cylinder head on. Check it out, guys, we got the cylinder head on there. Now we're gonna have to go ahead and torque them down. Oh my god, this is so freaking scary, yo. Alright guys, over here on our washing machine workbench, we got our rear main cover. This is what's going to go on to the block and the heads first, and then we go ahead and put the front cover on after, of course, we go over our timing. So before we go ahead and put all this on, we're going to have to seal it, and before we can do that, we're going to have to clean off all of the flanges and all the surfaces that have all of the old sealant. So this is what it looks like before that. Fat ass. Taking a look over here, so this is our front cover. This is kind of what we want to be looking the prettiest, kind of, just because it's going to be the front of the engine and what everyone's going to see when you lift the engine bay. I really did want to paint it, but I didn't want to do, you know, kind of a half-assed job like I did with my calipers. Here I just kind of used some acid, just kind of brighten it up. I kind of just shined it up and kind of cleaned it up, you know, the best that I can. I'm not going to try and paint that thing, so sorry for not going super all out, but we're definitely going all out as far as power. So everything is gasket free, everything is ready to be sealed right up back to this motor. Everything is in place as far as the cams and the positioning that they need to be in, as far as these small dowels up in the middle and then these large dowels up on the edges here. Pretty excited to put those together. But for right now, we got a brand new oil pump that we got to go ahead and install, and then we can go ahead and put on our rear main cover. Check it out, guys. We got a brand new Nissan oil pump. Looking at our pile of junk over here, not really junk, all of our timing stuff is over here pretty much. This little guy right here, we're gonna have to bolt this up to our new oil pump. But before we do that, we got something else that's pretty exciting from Z1 Motorsports. Taking a look over here, we got that new oil pan spacer from Z1. This is that spacer for that little guy. Check it out, guys. We got this adapter that came with our Z1 Motorsports oil pan spacer kit. This adapter is gonna extend this little oil tube feed for the oil pump to pick up oil a little bit lower with the new oil I I do have the tensioners installed, and those are torqued down, those are ready to go. Once I get those installed, that means I can install these cam caps. So what we're gonna have to do with the cam cap, first off, we're gonna have to put some RTV on these little lines right here. So we're gonna go ahead and RTV them up and then get everything situated as far as torque specs, get everything torqued down with our cams. And then we're gonna move forward onto getting the rear main cover on. Right there, big one right there, and that medium sized one right there. On the rear main cover, we got this guy and we got that guy right there. Check it out, dudes. So we got our cam caps torqued down. We got all our cams on both banks. They are torqued down to spec. We're looking good to go. We got them sealed up right here. So now we're good to go ahead and put our rear main cover on and seal it to the heads as well as the block. But before we do that, guys, it is time for a sandwich break. Boom! Check it out, guys. We got the rear timing chain cover torqued down to spec. Everything is perfect. This thing is actually starting to look like an engine again. Check it out. Now we're gonna move on to the little things as far as the sensors and the gaskets on the heads. We're gonna go ahead and pop those on right now. Alright guys, so we got the cam sensors installed and torqued down. We got all of the little water gaskets, such as this little guy right here, the two on the back of the heads, and then this little guy right here. Also got the intake gaskets just sitting there ready to put the lower manifold on. We're gonna start working on getting these. As you guys can see, there's a little stripped helicoil in there. We're gonna take that out, put a new helicoil in there, and make sure there's no other strip bolts for the valve cover. And if there is, we're gonna drill them out, tap them, and we're gonna go ahead and put some more helicoils in there so we can get a nice, you know, seal with the valve cover. So I'm only putting this on temporarily. I'm gonna have to remove it so that I can plug in the knock sensor, as well as clean up these little injector holes and install our new 1000cc Injector Dynamics injectors. For right now, I'm just leaving this on there so that I can elevate these intake holes away from the helicoils where I'm going to be drilling, and hopefully, you know, metal is not going to go into the intake. So I'm also going to cover this up and cover the inside where the cams are, so I can protect our new engine from metal shavings. Alright guys, so we got it pretty masked off. We're going to be working on this hole for sure. I'm also masked off for the rest of these that we're going to check on this side. We're going to do the same thing for all of them, but I'm going to demonstrate this one for you guys just so you know pretty much what we're doing. Alright guys, you guys can see on this hole right here that we tapped out pretty much a wider hole right there for the valve cover bolt to fit into, and it did leave a little mess of a whole bunch of metal shavings. So you want to make sure that you dispose of that, of course. Just slowly remove all the little particles, and then once you have everything masked off just like I do, you can use the air compressor to blow everything away. Check it out guys, so this is your helicoil. It's got this little safety pin kind of on the bottom of it so that you can set it into place on the tool here, and then all you got to do is use the tool to kind of spin it into the hole that you want it to go into. Stop spinning it once you got it into the correct seat. Alright guys, so it's time to put back our engine mounts. We're gonna go ahead and line these up, and then we gotta get started on the dreaded timing again. If you guys recall back on the NA build when we were putting the crashed engine back together, the timing we had to do like 3 times. It was dreaded to us, but we kind of know all of the little things and the tips and the tricks that we gotta look out for, so we hopefully can get it done in one shot. Let's do it. Alright guys, so we got our timing all set and done. It is definitely easier the 4th time that you have to do it. So we can actually double check our work. We can see the 2 dowels back here, the 2 circles right there, and the 2 marks of orange on the chain behind it. Really difficult to see the other mark of orange right there, but you can actually put your finger in there and feel like a little notch dowel that's on the inside of the sprocket right here. That lines up directly with that orange. So we know that that chain is in good shape right now. So on this side, we would do the same thing. We'd look for the double marks, the double circles, and then over here, we would feel for the little dowel. So those 2 little chains are good. Now for the big chain, we got this blue on the dowel right there, circle. Another blue mark on the circle dowel. And then what I did was I adjusted the cams back a little bit to feed a little bit extra slack down here. Now, here's the tricky part. It's really difficult to see. That little chain link right there is actually orange. It started to fade away because we did drive this car a lot with the timing chain already done. But it's a fairly new timing chain from the one and only Cloys. Gotta give a huge shout out to Cloys for sponsoring that timing chain kit. Now the scary part, we get to check our work and we get to move the crank and lose all of the dowels that we had just tried so hard for to try and get it to be on point. But everything is on point. We triple checked everything. We're gonna go ahead and move the crank a little bit and hopefully no valves touch. And we're gonna double check our firing order, make sure they fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because that's the firing order on the VQ35. All right, I think I checked timing like 7 times. So here we go. Let's see if we hit any valves. All right. So an update for you guys on the 2010 Honda Civic spark plug tube seals. We got 2 in each hole right here. We drilled out our old ones. And then we installed these with some gasket sealer, and they've been holding up really well actually. I've only went like, you know, maybe 250, 300 miles on these. Ended up that I pinched one of them and one of them started leaking, but once they're already drilled out, you can just take them out, take out the gasket sealer and just put 2 more in there. I got a whole bag of them. So yeah, pretty easy. If you guys wanted to do that to your car, I would definitely recommend it because it'll make them serviceable. Check it out, dudes. We pretty much got a full engine, completely assembled, fully forged short block, decked, polished, everything. Heads cleaned up and decked. We got the cams installed. We got the timing on point. We got the timing cover. Everything is sealed up except for the upper oil pan, which I'm waiting for Brian from VQ Boys Performance to send that over to me because he's gonna hook me up with one. He's also hooking me up with a nice ported stock throttle body because the Greddy kit hooks up to a stock throttle body. So I sold all of my NA mods, which happened to be that NWP throttle body with the bigger intake. But dudes, look at it. It's like super freaking clean. Like, what the heck? So freaking shiny. Cylinder Head Depot did an amazing job cleaning all that up. And Import Parts Pro, shout out to you guys too as well for the short block. Thank you guys so much for watching this huge time lapse of me putting all this together. I literally had sleepless nights putting this thing together. I'm just like super stoked to get this thing like running, and I can't wait to feel that boost kick in, guys. Oh my god. Still got a whole bunch of work ahead of us, and I'm gonna be putting the Plenum together as well as the injectors in the next video. And in that next video, we're also gonna be cleaning up the engine bay a little bit, doing a little bit of wire tucking. So that's gonna be real nice when we start putting the engine together and clean up the engine bay a little bit. It'll look really nice. If you guys want some sweet G35 merch such as a super dope air freshener, like who do you know that has their car as an air freshener? Like seriously guys, go to DoubleASupply.com. We are still running discounts. It's 20% off with homie hookup, so make sure you guys head over there if you guys want to support the build. But if you guys just want to support the videos, smash that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, we got so much content coming. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.